Warm greeting to one and all. Dear friends, myself, Dr. S.B. Kishore, welcome you all in our today's session. In the last session, we have discussed about what is sampling, how to generate the sample data, and we have discussed about the various sampling technique, and we have also discussed about how to select the sample data using a simple random technique. So in the today's session, we will discuss how to select a sample data or how to populate a data using a systematic sampling technique. So these are the steps that we need to follow in order to populate the data. Of course, we are going to follow all these steps, and I am going to explain all these steps during our practical session. So let's move to an practical session. So assume that this is your sample data that are available with you, and our total population size is of what? We have a data of what? 30 students. Okay. So it means our total population is of what? 30, and we would like to populate a data of what? 10 students. So what is the technique? So using a systematic sampling, we work on a concept called as interval or period. So let me first of all explain you using a tool called as using data analysis how to populate this data. So select the data tab, and from here data analysis, then select a sampling. Now here you need to specify what the input range. So assume this is your range. It should be a numeric column, and then click over here. Now specify whether you have a label. Yes, we have a label, roll number. Then specify your sampling method. So it is what? Periodic. We want to generate a period of 3. That is what your interval. So it will automatically calculate the total number of rows, or you can say the total number of population data, and divided by 3 will automatically will give what? A sample size. Now where you would like to have this output? So we would like to have this output on this particular column. Okay, and finally simply click on OK. So observe that it means these are the students who have been populated from this entire table. So like I earlier told you, it will start automatically with a serial number 1 by default. This data analysis tool will automatically start with 1. It means starting value is 1. Rather than having the same set of data, I would like to have my own starting point rather than 1. Okay, so first of all, how to calculate the interval using our approach. So it is what? Total population divided by the sample size. It means it is M1 column and it is your M2. So simply, how you are going to calculate interval? Simply M1 divided by M2. And what should be my starting values rather than 1? So for that purpose, I can use a function called as rand between. Okay, in order to generate a number between 1 to population size. So use that function rand between, that is generate a random number between 1 to your largest population size. That is what? In this case it is 30. So what is our starting value? It is a 5. Okay, so we got our what? A random number. Now we need to convert this random number into a value, because it automatically they generate the next number whenever they are going to perform certain operations. So that's why you need to convert this random number into a value. So how to do it? Now simply select this random number, then click on home tab, and from here select a copy, and then select value. So observe that it has become what? Now value. Okay, the next step is what? Add a new column, say to pick up at the beginning. So you need to create one new column over here with a heading called as to pick up. Okay, and next step is what? If any particular column is not started with a number 1, then add a serial number which starts from 1. Now in this case we have a roll number which starts with 1. In the absence of such a column, you need to create additional column with a say heading serial number, and which start with the serial number 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, now the next step is what? In pickup cell column over here, you need to use a formula called as mod function. So first of all, we will try to understand how this mod function works. So mod function basically gives what? A remainder. It means if you are going to divide a number 3 by 3, you will get a remainder what? 0. Similarly, when you are going to divide a number 5 by 3, you will get a remainder 2. When you are going to divide a 7 by 3, you will get a remainder 1, and so on. When you are going to divide a number 29 by 3, you will get what? Remainder. So in short, mod function gives what? It gives a remainder when you are going to divide a dividend by a divisor. Okay, so now how to use this function over here? So mod function, what is our starting value? It is in M4. Okay, since it is an absolute address, you need to write like this. It become what? Absolute address plus your roll number. Roll number starts with what? B3, and you want to divide it by interval value. Interval value is at what? M3. So again, it is an absolute address, and now click on enter button. So observe that. What is your starting value? 5. 5 plus your roll number is what? 1. So 5 plus 1 is what? 6. It means 6 mod 3. Remainder is what? 0. Okay. In the same way, you need to generate this pickup number for all the entire column. So simply double click over here. Okay. Now all the pickup number having a value 0 are there what? Your populated data. So one way is what? Now you need to simply copy one by one. Now assume if your population or sample size is too large, so in that case copying individual rows is quite difficult or time consuming job. So instead of that, what we will do, we will sort according to the pickup column to keep all the populated data at one place. So simply select all these columns and rows. Okay, and data here, click what? Sorting on what? On a column to pick up in the order of what? Smallest to largest. Whether your data contain the heading? Yes, it contain the header. So simply click on OK. So observe that all the populated data has been now placed at one location. Okay. Now next step is what? Assume that you have a large population of data, so it will take a lot of time in order to copy and paste. So instead of that, what you can do, you can use a concept called as filter. Filter over here, and now under the number filter, select a top 10. So instead of top 10 values, you can have any number of populated data. If your sample size is say 20, in that case you are going to write here 20. If it is 30, you are going to write here 30. Now the values are in which order? In the smallest to largest. So we would like to have what? The smallest values. It means bottom values. And finally click on OK button. So observe that you have all your populated data at one place. Okay, now simply copy the data and you can paste it somewhere else, no issue. It means what? These are the populated data on which you would like to work. So what kind of operation you can perform? You can perform a different kind of operation. One of the operations is what? You can send a survey question to all the students. Now again remember that what? Dummy mail ID. So simply mail them. So select the compose and now select a CC option so that no one should come to know that whom you are going to send this particular mail. Paste it. Okay, then write the subject. You can write a detail information over here, and finally you can add an attached file having your questionnaire. Okay, and finally click on send button so that all the students will get what? A questionnaire. Let's see. Simply select the attached file, then select your survey question file. Survey question file and open. It means now this survey question will be distributed to all the students. Okay, and finally click on the send. Okay, so it means that kind of work you can carry it out. So I hope that you understood how to work with a systematic sampling. Okay, and now last important point. The last important point here is that about the sample size. So let me again unfilter it. Now assume if your sample size is say 11, now your interval value is what? Population divided by sample size is what? 2.7. Now please remember your interval value should be always an integer. It should not having what? A fraction value. Now what kind of option do you have? So either select the 2 or 3. It means either ignore the fraction values or either convert this to 2.7 into a next integer. Now how to decide whether to take a fraction values or to convert into the next integer? So for that purpose you can use a concept called as something like this. If the population size, that is if the fraction value is less than 0.5, if it is less than 0.5, in that case you will take what? The integer of this. It means it will take a 2. And if the fraction value is greater than 0.5, you will do what? You will round up this number to the next integer. Now in this case observe that it is 2.72. It means what? The value it is greater than 0.5. So that's why we have rounded it to the next integer. Now assume instead of 11, if it is 13, since it is less than 0.5, what we have done, we have ignored the fraction value. So now instead of selecting the interval like m1 divided by m2, select the interval something like this. Okay, so I hope that you understood how to work with a systematic sampling in order to populate the data. This is what our approach, and you can also follow what the technique called as a data analysis, which always start with a number starting value 1. While in this case, we have took our own values, randomly generated starting values. Okay, so in the next session, we will discuss how to populate the data using a stratified random sampling. So with that, thank you very much. Have a nice day, and try yourself with a large set of data rather than a simple population of what 30 students. Okay.